Hello guys, this is Siva here again. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys a powerful V75 strategy. Okay, so in the past few days or in the past few months, I've been sharing with you guys boom and crash strategy. Okay, but in today's video, I have a profitable V75 strategy that you can use to scalp on V75. Okay, with this strategy, you can use it on V75 and other volatility indexes. Okay, it's not only V75. You can use this strategy. You can also even use the strategy on boom and crash. All right, so if you're having a small account size, okay, this is the strategy for you. All right, I'll be explaining the strategy with indicator, and I'll also be teaching you guys a price action tricks. All right, a price action trick that you can be using with it in order to get profitable entry. All right, so before I do that, all right, before I show you guys how the strategy work, I'm going to first of all share the indicator settings with you. All right, so the first thing you have to do here is to click on this icon here, right? So after clicking on it, our first indicator here is the moving average. All right, now before you add the moving average, you have to click on this icon here. All right, then you search for the moving average. So after searching and finding the moving average, all right, so you can see the parameters for this one. All right, so you can see here that the period is 35, the shift is 0, the method is exponential, and the applied to is close. Now under this style we have 3 pixel and the color is red. Okay, so after this you click on save. We are done with the main chart. All right, so for the indicator window one, all right, you are going to still click on this icon here, and then you search for the relative strength index. All right, so for the relative strength index, you can see the period here is 1, the applied to is close. Under this that we have 1 pixel, the color, you make it the color of your background. All right, be it red or black. Now for the levels, you have to set it to 15 and 85. All right, you can see it here. Now the pixel, you make it 2 and the color is black. All right, so after that you go back and then you click on save. Right, now the relative strength index is going to be added and the indicator window one will be formed. All right, so now in order to add the moving average, you have to click on this second icon here. All right, so you search and click on the moving average. You are going to maybe see a different parameter settings. All right, so you have to change it to this one. The period here is 21, the shift is 0, the method is linear weight, applied to close, weighted close, right? And the style, we have 3 pixel, the color is black, right? So after that, you click on save. So after adding the moving average, our next indicator here is going to still be a moving average, right? This second one here, right? So just like I said the first time, you have to click on this icon before you add that one, before you click on that one. So you can see the period for this one is 1. The period here is 1. The shift is 0. What's wrong with this thing? The shift is 0. The method is exponential. The applied to, we have typical price, right? Now under this style we have 3 pixel, the color is red. So after that you click on save. You are going to have the second moving average here. Now for the third one, which is the envelope, alright, you are still going to click on this before you search for the envelope. Alright, so these are the parameters for the envelope. The period here is 21, the shift is 0, deviation 2000.000, the method is exponential, applied to typical price, right? Now under the style we have 4 pixel, the color is blue, 4 pixel, the color is red. Alright, no levels for this one. You click on save. Alright, so when you go back, you are going to have a screen like this one. Okay, if you do everything correctly as I've said, you are going to have a screen like this one. Alright, so now I'm going to first of all explain how the indicator setup work. Alright, I'll explain how to trade with the strategy based on only the indicators. Okay, for those of you who will be new to price action and will not understand, you use the strategy based on the indicator. Then for those of you who know a little bit of price action, you can combine the strategy with price action. All right, so make sure you stick to this video to the very end. Don't skip any part of this video. All right, I'm going to be sharing with you some things that you don't want to miss. All right, so now based on the indicators, all right, you are required to wait for both the red and the black candle to get to the oversold level. All right, just like you are seeing here. So once it gets to the oversold level, all right, this red moving average, all right, it moves the same with price. All right, so it moves faster, just like price. All right, so whenever you see that the moving average, the red one, crosses above the black, all right, and note it must touch the red line here. All right, it must get to this zone, the zone of the 15 and the red line under here. All right, so you must take note, the black must be touching that line, all right, before you can wait for the crossing to happen. So whenever the crossing happen, all right, you don't just take your entry. All right, that is confirmation number one. Now you are going to be waiting for the final confirmation on the main chart, all right, which is the crossing above the red moving average. All right, so whenever you see that the candlestick has crossed above the red moving average, let me zoom in and show you something. All right, so you don't just wait for only the crossing and then you take entry. You must need to take note of that particular candle that break above that. All right, that candle must close. Right, so when this is the candle that breaks above the red moving average, so once this candle close above, right, you are to take your entry. All right, and then your stop loss goes below this structure here, and then you target your TP is going to be when this red line here gets to the 85 zone. All right, like I said earlier, this is a scalping strategy. You don't need to hold for long. Okay, you just get in and you get out. All right, so you wait for the red moving average to get to the overbought level. All right, so you can see this is where it starts touching the 15 level. All right, so you can see we start from somewhere here. All right, and then this is the area where we stop. Okay, so you can see the distance. All right, you can see how many pips this made. All right, so this is going to be a huge money for you, and you can see we are on the 5-minute time frame, right? So technically this is what you should be doing over and over again. All right, now let me show you another example. All right, you can buy and sell with this strategy, and you can see here again, once that crossing happen, once you see that the red is now below the black moving average, right, you wait for the crossing on the main chart. All right, that particular candle that crossed above the red must close. All right, once you see that it has closed, you take your entry from the next candle and you will be in profits. Right, now you can see here, right, you take your entry with this, as immediately this candle close, you are taking your entry from the next candle, and then you place your stop loss below this zone. All right, so you can see that this here will take you out of the market. All right, but don't worry, you can still wait. Then immediately it cross again, you take your entry, and then your stop loss goes below this. All right, this one here is just the first attempt. All right, no strategy is profitable. It will not work all the time. Okay, but in the long run, it's going to be profitable. All right, so once you see that it has cross again, you take your entry and your stop loss goes below that structure. Right, now let me show you something. This is not something that will take all your money. Right, let's say you took your entry here on the second attempt. Right, no, let's check from the first attempt. Now this is where you take your entry from the first time price got there, and take for instance, this is the stop loss. All right, place it below this zone here. All right, take note, this is the area I'm talking about. This is the area, this zone here. This is where you place your first stop loss. All right, and then let's just assume this green line here is the stop loss line now. Okay, now this is where you take your first stop loss. All right, so you can see in this area, you can see in this area now, you placing your stop loss below there, you are just losing $1.76. Right, so if you're having a small account, you use the lowest lot size, all right, which is 0.001 on the v75. Right, so you can see how much you are losing here. You are not losing enough. Right, you're not losing much. Alright, so let's say the first trade went wrong. Now you enter from this area again. You enter from this second area here. I mean this area, this particular candle, this one right here. Right, you enter from there and your stop loss is going to be above this structure now. This structure, this one here. Alright, so you can see you are losing $1.84, right, which is not even up to $2. And for your TP, you wait for this red line here on the indicator window to get to the oversold level. Alright, so remember you are zooming out completely, you are not zooming in like this, so you will see that you have a big profit there. Alright, so that is how you trade with this strategy. You can see it eventually went down, right? It eventually went down. So the reason why I add the red moving average here is because of those of you that know a little bit of price action, or those that don't know price action at all, the newbies, right? With this red line on the main chart, the V7, the moving average 35. The reason why I add it is that whenever price is changing, it will identify it, right? Whenever the trend is changing, it will help you identify it and you will know what to do. All right, so if you follow the two conditions I give, you are good to go. And let's say for those of you that know price action, you don't really need the moving average 75, all right, the red moving average. Now using price action with this strategy, so whenever you see that price has gotten to this oversold level, right, now we are going to be using the most recent structure. So now you can see this is the most recent structure price made, this right here. All right, so if you are to enter this trade now, you have confirmed that both the red and the black has gotten to the oversold level here. All right, so now you don't just go in based on the indicator. All right, you are going to wait for price to break this structure. All right, let me mark it out. You wait for price to break the most recent structure it made here. All right, so you draw your horizontal line like this, and then what you will do now is to wait for price or any other candlestick to close above that structure. All right, so once it closes above this, let's say you'll be taking your entry from here, and then the stop loss is going to be below that structure like this. All right, so you can see how much you are losing here. All right, just $1.57. All right, not too much that will blow your account. All right, so and after that, let's see where it got to our TP. All right, so this is the area it got to our TP. Right, this is the area it got to our TP. So let's say we have to put our TP area there. You see, you are losing 1 point something and you are getting $3.56. All right, so you can see how much profit is it. It's not much, but when you keep accumulating something like this, it will turn huge. It will turn to a huge amount in the long run. Okay, there's nothing that is too small. All right, so yours is to just keep repeating the same process over and over again, and you see that in no time you will grow that your account. Okay, so you can see, guys, it's as simple as that. All right, so for those of you that don't know much about price action, you can just stick to the 35 moving average. All right, you can just stick to this one and you are also good to go. All right, so this is how it is. Now you can see, if you are using the moving average, now you can see it will give you the entry lit. Now look at where it gives the signal. So this candle that breaks above is where you take your entry, and then your stop loss goes down here. All right, so this, if you can see, it's the same thing, right? But the price action is more faster and it will give you more profit than using the indicator. Okay, but if you don't know how to use price action, then you can just stick to the moving average. All right, so that is pretty much everything. All right, and you can trade just based on the 5-minute time frame. All right, without going to the higher time frame to check. All right, you can just stay here and trade. Right, remember this is the zoom level. You have to zoom out completely. Okay, but if you want to check if the candlestick have closed, then you can zoom in, alright, to check. Alright, so you zoom out completely when you see that your condition is being met, like price has gotten to the overbought level here, and then you can zoom in to see what price is really doing. Alright, so if you are using the price action, this is where you take your entry from on this side, and if you are trading based on the indicator, this is the area you take your entry from. So you can see how good this strategy is. You can see how it's going now after that crossing happened. You can see this is a lot of profit. Alright, so you can trade just based on the 5-minute time frame, but if you want better results, you can go to the, let's say, 1 hour time frame to do your analysis, right, and see what the market is doing. Alright, so as you can see here on the 1-minute time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, we are kind of in an uptrend right now, right? So you can just go to the 5-minute time frame and you only look for buy trades, right? You follow the trend, right? You are only looking for buy trades now, right? So it's as simple as that, right? So now that I've shared the strategy with you guys, all that is left for you now is to go out there and backtest the strategy for yourself, alright? Don't just take my words for it. Make sure you backtest this strategy for yourself. It's a very good strategy, okay? A very, very good and profitable strategy. So you make sure you backtest and see for yourself. If it's really working, then that is when you can put your real money and start trading with it, okay? So I think that is all for this one, okay? For those of you who are just coming across my channel, please make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that whenever I post a powerful strategy like this, you get notified immediately. Alright, and please guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Alright, it will help my video get recommended by YouTube, and so others will see this wonderful strategy and use it to make money just like you have seen it now. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. See you out.